Death is an inevitable journey, yet the true measure of a life well lived is the legacy left behind. For Deputy Commander General Margaret Adefuye, a distinguished officer in the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA), her story is one of resilience, integrity, and service to humanity. Until her passing on February 17, 2025, at the age of 57, she remained a beacon of dedication and excellence. To honor her memory, a two-day burial ceremony was held from March 19th to March 20th, 2025, bringing together family, friends, colleagues, and dignitaries who gathered to bid farewell to a remarkable woman. The ceremonies began with a service of songs and Christian wake at the Echo FM Multipurpose Hall, Ikeja, where attendees came together to pay their last respects. From her early years as a young officer to her rise as DCGN, Adefuye was a woman of principle, touching countless lives in and out of service. Her colleagues at the NDLEA, close friends, and most importantly, her family gathered to celebrate a legacy of duty, faith, and humanity. The evening began with a reflective prayer session led by Pastor Tayo Osho, who prayed for the repose of her soul and for strength for our grieving family. The atmosphere grew heavier as the Summit Vibes Band led mourners in deep worship, their voices blending with quiet sobs from the audience. Though her absence was deeply felt, the evening was not just about mourning. It was also a celebration of a life filled with service and love.
We joined the service together in 1991.
Our colleagues spoke of her discipline, strength, and kindness, while friends reminisced about her warmth, generosity, and unwavering support.
She's very, very intelligent.
Our family members took turns expressing their gratitude, recalling precious moments, and showcased her love and devotion.
First lesson is that I have to be close to God. I have to be a very, very good person in life, and I want to emulate her virtues of being generous, being devoted and dedicated, being helpful to people and society, and being a person that loves people and people want to be around with.
She married late, but God gave her a husband. She didn't have children early enough, but God blessed her with 4 children at the same time. She got to the peak of her career, Deputy Commander General of Narcotics. There's no other rank after DCGN. She achieved that. So it is not how far, but how well. Margaret touched every life, and she was happy. Her husband loved her. She loved her husband. What else? If some people can even live 100 years and die an unhappy person, I can tell you Margaret died a happy woman.
It came as a shock to me. We agreed speaking. We spoke for almost 2 hours, and she just said, let's have a break so she could take care of her babies. And that was all, and we will speak later. That was what she said. Let's talk later, let me take care of my babies. And that was all. And the next news I heard maybe a week later was this news that she had left, and I was wondering what could have led to it, because there was no sign of her dying. She was very active and she's very caring, and she knows how to encourage people, you know.
I find it difficult to believe she's gone. I'm telling you, she was a fantastic friend, a go-getter, an encourager. What else do you want from a friend? A friend that, you know, it's not a common friend. She wasn't a common one. You know, a friend that we see something that is good and we call you. How many friends will do that? She will call you to come and see that thing. She will follow you up until you do it. You know, at times we human being procrastination. We procrastinate a lot. Okay, I'll do that tomorrow. When she tells you about a thing and she knows that thing is good and she believes in it, she will disturb you until you do it. If you have any challenge, maybe financial, she will give you money to do it and make sure you get it. She's not a common friend. She was a virtuous woman. You know, as the way the Bible described a virtuous woman, that's who she was.
When I came here and I learned that she was a child of God, I became very happy, because I know that she's going somewhere that each and every member of Christ is looking up to. So I'm very happy that she was a child of God. And to the family, I'll say that the Lord comforts them. This is an irreparable loss, but it's only the good Lord that will comfort them, and they shall be comforted by the grace of God.
Throughout the evening, the theme of her impact and service resonated deeply. The highlight of the event was the main sermon delivered by Pastor Talena, who emphasized that the value of life is not in its length, but in its impact.
You know, people fear death. But a believer is not supposed to be afraid of death. Death is not a loss, it's a gain. Disappearance in the flesh is appearance with Christ. Is somebody hearing what I'm saying? But hear me, sir. How you will live eternity is based on the decisions you make today. Now that you're alive, everything is flexible. But after death, everything is fixed. There is mercy when you're alive.
He urged everyone present to live a life of meaning and purpose, just as DCGN Adefuye did. Although DCGN Margaret Adefuye may no longer walk among them, her influence lives on in the countless lives she taught.
Praise him because he's the Lord. Praise him because he's the Alpha, he's the Omega, he's the all-knowing.
Her journey on earth may have ended, but her light will never fade. As early as 8 o'clock a.m. on Thursday, March 20th, 2025, mourners gathered at Victoria Garden Hall, Lagos, for the final farewell to DCGN Adefuye. Dignitaries, senior NDLEA officials, representatives from the Nigerian Navy, Nigerian Army, Lion Club, and other organizations came to honor a woman who lived for service, leadership, and excellence. At exactly 9 o'clock a.m., the casket was brought into the hall as attendees stood in solemn silence, welcoming her body for the final service.
To be the God you have chosen to call you are good.
The officiating minister offered words of comfort, urging the grieving family to take solace in the incredible legacy she left behind.
God is eternal, but we that live on earth, we live in times and we live in seasons. God has allocated time to everyone, and the earth is ruled by divine timing. Psalm 24 says that God is the landlord of the earth. The earth is the Lord and his fullness thereof. God is the landlord of the earth. God never gave an ownership to any one of us on this earth. He never gave an ownership to anybody. He only gave us dominion. He said it in Genesis chapter 1. He said we can have dominion, we can replenish the earth. We can subdue. We can do all that we have, but we don't own the earth. Praise the name of the Lord. There is a time that is laid for us, given to us, given to every man on this earth. So we are like a tenant. On this earth, we are like what? A tenant. We are tenants in this world, and we are also pilgrims. One day, every one of us will back the time.
With the burial service concluded, her remains were taken to Redemption City, Mowe, Ogun State, where she was laid to rest in the presence of loved ones and colleagues.
God be with you till we meet again. Till we'll meet, till we'll meet, till we'll meet at Jesus' feet. Till we'll meet, till we'll meet. God be with you till we'll meet again. God be with you till we'll meet again. Need his wings protecting her. You daily manna still provide you. God be with you till we'll meet again.
At the graveside, emotions ran high as NDLEA officers, dressed in full ceremonial attire, stood in formation, saluting a woman who gave her life to national service.
On behalf of the chairmanship executive of the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency, I present this item on behalf of the agency.
As the final prayers were said, officers fired ceremonial gunshots into the sky in a final act of honor and respect. As the casket was lowered, family members took turns dropping soil into the grave, whispering silent goodbyes. Tears flowed, prayers were offered, and solemn nods were exchanged among colleagues who acknowledged that her legacy would never be forgotten.
All right, everybody say good night to her. Good night.
With the burial rites completed, the procession returned to Victoria Gardens Hall for the final celebration of her life. Back at the hall, The mood gradually shifted from mourning to celebrating a life well spent. Guests were received warmly and a banquet was set for all in attendance. As the live band performed, the music became a tribute to her, filling the hall with melodies of remembrance and honor. Late Mrs. Margaret Olayinka Ogundipe Adefuye was a remarkable woman whose life was a testament to dedication, service, and excellence. Born on May 2nd, 1967 in Ekpe, Lagos State, she was the second of six children and grew up with a passion for learning and leadership. She pursued her education with diligence, earning a degree in biochemistry from Lagos State University and later expanding her expertise into forensic science. Her illustrious career began with the National Drug Law Enforcement Agency (NDLEA) in 1991, where she served as a scientist and forensic expert, leaving an indelible mark in the field. Rising through the ranks, she became a trailblazer in forensic investigations, earning promotions and commendations for her outstanding contributions. She was instrumental in shaping Nigeria's forensic and chemical monitoring system, eventually attaining the prestigious position of Deputy Commander General of Narcotics (DCGN) in December 2024. Margaret's brilliance extended beyond her career. A woman of intellect and ambition, she pursued a degree in law at the National Open University of Nigeria and later attended the Nigerian Law School, further cementing a legacy as a multifaceted professional. Her commitment to excellence was recognized with numerous awards, including the agency's Star Award and commendations for meritorious service. Despite her demanding career, Margaret embraced love and family with open arms. She shared a beautiful love story, marrying in a unique helicopter ceremony in Las Vegas in 2018, and was blessed with four wonderful children. She remained devoted to both her family and the nation until her untimely passing in February 2025. A fearless leader, a devoted wife and mother, and a trailblazer in forensic science, Margaret Olayinka Ogundipe Adefuye lived a life of purpose and impact. A legacy of excellence, dedication, and service will forever be remembered. May her soul rest in peace.
Till we'll meet,